Ever felt like your life is on hold, even though you're putting in massive effort? The truth is, you're the one blocking your own future without even realizing it. Today, we're breaking down exactly how anxiety breaks your happiness algorithm and why your world isn't a lottery, but a result of where you choose to focus your attention right now. The world as a sponsor and the creator within. Ever noticed how we often live with the feeling that something good is just about to happen? Some miracle that will suddenly fix everything. You can sit around for years waiting for the perfect partner, a sudden career leap, or just that moment when you finally get lucky. But while we're quietly waiting, our real life passes by, and it's surprisingly empty. Why do we do this? There's a very clear benefit to this habit. It's simply comfortable to sit in a victim position. It gives us a sweet illusion of safety, because if nothing depends on me, then nothing is my fault. It's the economy, a tough period, or just bad people around us. But at some point, something clicks, and you realize an annoying but sobering truth. The world around you isn't some strict parent judging us and rewarding us for good behavior. The world is an absolutely persistent sponsor, and it dispassionately sponsors only what we ourselves show it. Remember a time when you really worked yourself up before an important meeting? You're walking in thinking, everything will definitely fall apart. They'll reject me. You enter the room tense, rigid, ready for defense, and the world kindly organizes exactly what you ordered. Rejection. As Neil Donald Walsh aptly put it, we make real what we pay attention to. The very day you honestly admit to yourself that you are not a victim of circumstances, but the sole creator of your own failures and victories, everything changes. Life stops being a lottery, and that would be fine, if only we didn't try to start obsessively controlling every single step after that discovery. The algorithm of life and the overcontrol trap. Because how do we usually think? Since I am the creator of my life, I have to think everything through, foresee everything, and never make a mistake. As a result, we get so fixated on the safe final outcome that we completely forget about the process of living itself. Think about how it happens. You get a great, inspiring idea, starting a small business, changing your career, or moving. And instead of just starting to enjoy the first steps, you sit down and build a concrete 3-year plan. In your head, other people's fears are already playing at full volume. What if they don't buy? What if I can't handle it? What will my friends say? And do you know how your body reacts to this overcontrol? Instantly, your jaw tightens, your breathing breaks, your shoulders turn to stone. In a split second, you turn from a light, curious creator into a terrified manager. It's in this tense, spasmed state that we most often kill truly great opportunities. Life is constantly throwing non-standard solutions and gifts at us, but we're too stressed to notice them because they didn't fit into our genius plan. Remember that paradoxical story from your life when a huge ball of problems suddenly unraveled by itself. I bet it happened exactly at the moment when you got tired of fighting, let it go, relaxed, and simply surrendered to the flow. Our world is designed very fairly. The more we resist and try to bend reality to our rigid schemes, the harder we get hit on the head. As one of the basic rules of a peaceful life goes, success should be treated simply as an exciting game. As soon as you start taking everything too seriously, the game ends and heavy survival begins. It turns out the only way to let something new into your life is to take the importance off the result and learn to trust your internal autopilot. But it turns out that this autopilot is not that simple. The internal autopilot and programs. Because most of the time, you aren't the one behind the wheel of this autopilot. Have you noticed how sometimes, in a perfectly harmless moment, you're suddenly hit by a wave of anxiety? You're just drinking coffee in the kitchen, and a thought pops up by itself. I'm not going to make it. Everything will collapse soon. This is the action of our internal programs and collective fears. As Daniel Kahneman showed in his research, our brain simply loves living on automatic reactions. It's much easier to save energy that way. Most of our anxieties aren't even our own conscious thoughts. They're just someone else's scenarios that got triggered by a random event. And the most common mistake we make is trying to actively fight them. We grit our teeth and try to push the negativity away with willpower. No, the paradox is that these programs feed exclusively on your energy of resistance. The more fiercely you fight your fears, the fatter they get. You're voluntarily handing them the remote control. So how do you get rid of them? It's very simple. Starve them of fuel. Next time you catch yourself in a loop of anxiety, don't try to crush it. Tell yourself calmly and honestly, I see this fear. I give it space. But right now, I choose to do something else. You simply shift your focus from the fear to any real activity. Without your energy of struggle, the collective fear dies out very quickly. And as soon as you clear your head, you'll immediately feel the change physically, because your thoughts inevitably tune your organism to a specific frequency. The practice of vibrations and choosing your frequency. Have you ever had this? You keep telling yourself, I'm calm, everything will be fine, but inside everything is literally shaking with anxiety? We're often taught to just think positively, but the problem is that you can't fool the universe with empty words. It only reacts to your real internal state. Our world is always ready to help, but it only meets those who are living and acting, not those sitting huddled in a ball waiting for a miracle. Just compare these two feelings. Resentment, fuss, a heavy fear. These are very low settings. Your body gets stiff, you slouch, you tense up, and people around you automatically try to keep their distance. Now remember a quiet confidence, sincere gratitude, or a simple interest in a task. These are very light states. You take a physical breath out, your shoulders drop. And for some reason, it's in this relaxed state that circumstances around you start to fall into place by themselves. How do you retrain yourself to live in this lightness and not spiral into panic at the first sign of trouble? This is where affirmations really help. And it's not magic. When stress hits you, a right thought works like a reliable anchor. It helps you stop in the moment, breathe out, and release the tension in your body. Simple physics applies here. Where our attention goes, our energy flows. If day after day you return your mental focus to constructive thoughts, you'll gradually retrain your brain, and this new state will become your baseline norm. As one of the most accurate rules states, the goal of any of our actions is not the result, but the state itself. Thoughts give birth to the state, and the state creates a resonance with the desired reality. And as soon as you learn to get back to this calm mindset, the last and most important step remains to start acting. Stepping into matter and the importance of action. Have you noticed one important detail? Any of our visualizations, right settings, and cool affirmations are absolutely meaningless if they're not followed by a real step. Without it, all of this remains just beautiful fantasies in our heads. Our world is material, so it always requires physical action from us. But it's at this stage that many people stall. Admit it, you've had it too. In theory, you already understood everything, came up with a great plan, but you didn't change anything in your life because of a simple fear of making a mistake. And do you know where all this massive creative energy goes if you don't give it an outlet through concrete action? It starts to slowly destroy you from the inside. First, a strange fatigue appears, then apathy, and it ends with heavy burnout. It's like hitting the gas in a car, but forgetting to take it off the handbrake. Sooner or later, the engine will overheat and burn out. That's why acting is critically important. The main thing is to understand the difference. One thing is running around for interviews in a state of panic and sharp need. And it's completely different to make those same calls from a state of calm interest and trust in the world. As wise people say, any action, even a clumsy one, is always better than perfect waiting. If right now your brain is stalling and making up excuses like, I'm not ready yet, or I need to study more, use the micro-step rule. Do the most mundane, smallest thing today. Write one short paragraph. Send one message. Any such tiny impulse instantly releases the tension in your body and pulls you out of the infinite waiting mode. You just need to start a physical movement. And as for how not to burn out in the process and learn to enjoy it, we'll talk about that right now in the finale. Free will and gratitude. The truth is, our internal state can't be changed by willpower alone. Trying to force yourself to relax, it just doesn't work. But there is one very simple way. I'm sure you've had major crises in your life. When everything objectively goes not according to plan, everything collapses, you feel like giving up, and you want to quickly find someone to blame. Such moments used to break me. Now I look at them much more simply, as another difficult level in a game. Any such dead end is just a loud signal from the world that it's time to stop shifting responsibility and take the remote control of your life back. And how do you do that in practice? especially when you feel objectively bad and scared. The fastest and most effective tool is simple human gratitude. I remember the moments of my maximum exhaustion when it seemed that everything was going wrong. And the only thing that helped me quickly come to my senses was to stop and sincerely say thank you for completely mundane things. For the fact that it's warm at home. For the fact that there is water and hot tea. For the fact that I'm alive at all. Why does simple gratitude work so powerfully? Because it's the lightest and purest frequency of all. Look, when you're sincerely grateful for something, you physically cannot be in the role of a miserable victim. It's simply impossible. At that very second, you immediately return to the position of the creator of your own life. The panic leaves, the body relaxes, and the brain suddenly starts seeing normal solutions to the problem. So here is my main advice to everyone who decided today to stop being a victim of circumstances but is still a little afraid. Don't try to break the world with force. Just breathe out. Say a sincere thank you to this day for the good things you already have right now. And from this calm state, take the simplest first step.